Big, beautiful 33 RBTS J Flight by Jayco here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Just rolled in on a fine sunny morning. If you'd like to see if we have this in stock, what we're asking and how it is equipped, folks on YouTube, visit the link in the video description. That will show you exactly what we have in stock, exactly what it weighs, links, tank capacities, etc. For instance, this one here weighs just over 9,000 pounds. It's like 9,040 pounds. She is a big triple slide, extra tall, spacious beauty. There's a lot of different ways you can build and equip this. We've added some equipment to this that may affect the price tag, affect the weight sticker, and that could be different from the one that we have in stock. And with the number that we sell, there's a pretty good chance that the one in this video is not the one that you'll be taking home. So to always verify what we have, visit that link in the video description, or, give our guys a call. When you do that, you can ask them, what else do I need to expect on top of your price tag? And the answer is just basically nothing other than mandatory state fees. We do not play the hidden charges game at Haylett RV. We don't have extra fees on top of our sale price for destination or freight charges. We don't have office charges. We don't have prep fees. We don't do any of that. Our price tag includes all of that. It also includes what a lot of places would charge up to $1,300 for in some sort of starters bundle. The things that the trailer needs to function, like battery and propane and water hoses, including electrical surge protectors and water surge protectors, giving it a bath, showing you how it works, all that stuff is part of the price tag at Haylett RV. Because if you bought a brand new trailer the first time, you'd probably expect that stuff to be there, so we do that. Doesn't matter if you have a trade, don't have a trade. We don't play pricing games. So, why is the J Flight the #1 selling travel trailer since 2005 and counting? There's a lot of great trailers out there. We carry a lot of different, very good brands here at Haylett RV. So why is this one the one that shines above all of them? This is the #1 selling family of RVs on the planet. Well, let's find out. So double the warranty is a big thing. This has twice the industry standard warranty. The average travel trailer out there, the refrigerator has a longer warranty than the actual trailer manufacturing itself. Isn't that interesting? Not true on a Jayco. Now, I think if you want a good house, you start on a good foundation. I've always believed that. Jayco has custom engineered chassis. And the dead giveaway here is how they have that integrated A-frame. That's not an industry standard chassis. It's made by the same manufacturer, but it's custom engineered specifically for Jayco's purposes. What it allows for is something very neat. The J Flight is taller inside. It is not taller outside. That also means it has a lower center of towing gravity. Because the floor is lower. That's what this accomplishes. The underbelly here. There are different ways you can build a J Flight. We've put the full thermal package on this. Now, there's a lot of other trailers in a conventionally constructed class. That means this aluminum skin with the wood framework. That's conventional construction as compared to lamination like this, just to give you so we're talking the same language. Most of these, if they have a thermal pack or an Arctic pack or whatever you want to call it, because God knows there's enough marketing names out there for the same stuff, usually all it means is just enclosing the underbelly. With a J Flight, they basically bump this up to a full-blown Eagle or North Point or Pinnacle insulation package. So they enclose the underbelly, they add a layer of residential batten insulation, and they add a layer of thermal foil insulation into the underbelly. Then they add an extra layer of batten insulation and thermal foil insulation into the roof. Then they add the radiant foil insulation into the slide-outs as well. This is wrapped all over the place. Now, a lot of people say, oh, that must be good for cold camping, but I'm going to be a summertime camper. It helps against the sun too, guys. Insulation in your house helps keep your house from getting too hot in the summer because it keeps the sun out. This is going to extend your camping season significantly and give you more camp time. Excellent for spring, summer, fall camping, especially those early spring and late fall seasons when, you can take the kids out for a weekend and you get the whole run of the campground to yourself. Now, we've added some other jazzy things to this. For instance, we put this hitch on the back here, and then, again, that's an option. That's not standard, so check against the one that we have in stock, because sometimes what will happen with a very popular model like the 33RB TS here at Haylett RV is we'll sell out of them, because we can sell these things quicker than they can rebuild them most of the time, especially in the sunny months. Well, sometimes we call Jayco and say, I don't care what you got or how it is, I need it here and I need it now. So sometimes the ones that we have in stock are a little different. This is how we'd like to bring them in. That's why I did the video on this one. Roof. Jayco's got their Magnum Truss roof system. So not only do they have that different chassis, but even all the way up top, all the way through and everything in between, they're using higher grade materials. They have thicker roof trusses with more nail plates to keep everything held together. They have tongue and groove plywood roof decking, which is exceptionally uncommon in the business, and it is not standard even in the class of luxury fifth wheels, unless you're talking a Jayco, of course, because this is what they do. This is how they build it. You know, at some point they may end up swapping like aluminum wall studs instead of these wood wall studs as you go up the Jayco family chain, but that plywood decked floor with those 12-inch on center floor studs, those plywood roof deck, this is what these guys do. That's, you know, it just holds together longer statistically, and that's why J-Flights by Jayco have the highest resale value in their class. Now, just like they have a roof construction here that is above and beyond what is standard in luxury fifth wheels, they have LED tail and marker lights standard, which is also above and beyond the standard of luxury fifth wheels. You see a lot of LED tail lights now, but not marker lights, so it all comes together. It's just less maintenance, less worry, less hassle. We have added a grill to this, obviously, which is why you see this bumper bracket here, and typically with our outside kitchen models, we like to do that. Now, the outside kitchen itself is extremely well equipped, and I like the fact that the J-Flight has a full-size outside kitchen for a couple reasons. So it always has this cool little cooktop, but you can leave that folded down. It can be a little counter prep space. It can be a spot to set your drinks or your nacho chips or whatever. But with the grill out here, you can cook the meats and the sides at the same time, because it's hard to do grilling on a stovetop. Now, you'll notice this is another best-in-class thing. Some guys do this, some don't, but I like to point out we have plywood constructed drawers, even outside. You've got real door pulls. Little stuff like this adds up very, very quickly. It's an expensive thing across the entire RV because of how many doors and cabinets there are in here. So they could go cheaper with little knobs. They could save money by not having the nicer metallic struts to hold the doors open. But that's not the J-Flight way. This is the most highly equipped, most decorated trailer in its class ever in history. Big outside kitchen gives you the bigger outside refrigerator. It also means that this roof up here is the perfect rain cover. So if it's kind of cruddy outside, if you don't like the weather, who cares? You can still come out here, do some grilling, maybe, I don't know, sneak a barley pop out of the dad's medicine cabinet over here and just have a good time. And the awning goes, you're covered from the entry door coming out of the camper all the way over here, so you're never really exposed. Now, they specifically left this area wide open, and a couple years ago they redesigned this to open this up more so that if you want to bring out a blender or a microwave or whatever, you can do that here, and that's why they included some outlets for you. Let's see. A lot of good stuff going on. We got our aluminum wheel package awning. We've got an easy tilt power awning with 2 fingers. You can pull those awning arms down and crank the awning on an angle. And what's neat is you can just as easily push it up flat. But let's say you forget to push it up flat and the awning's like this and you start to roll it up. It will sort itself out and come back out flat. You can't screw it up, basically. It's me proof. We've talked quality, reliability. How about American-made Goodyear tires, Goodyear Endurance radials with galvanized steel wheel wells. So God forbid, you have some kind of debris catches the tire, because I don't care how good any tire is, it is still possible to get a flat. It's just less likely here, better sidewall integrity, etc. That galvanized steel wheel well may save, like if this tire goes out, right above it is an expensive kitchen slide out with refrigerators and stoves and plumbing and things. You don't want that thing get bashed up. That's what that wheel well is there to do, act as a shield. I'm pointing out this little stuff because that's not how the industry normally does this. I peeked in here earlier, but I do want to take a second pass. I want to point out that this is a wider baggage door and it's taller. And if you'll notice, you've got a matching door on both sides. They don't skimp down there. and you've got full storage all the way under the bed in here, and the bed does lift up. Now, real quick while we're down here, look around. You know what you're not seeing? Beaver puke. which is a really ugly name and a funny name, I think, for things like OSB. OSB construction is not the end of the world in a camper. But even where you're not looking, they're still using plywood in a J-Flight. This is a higher grade of materials. That doesn't mean another camper isn't built well, because there's a difference between how it's built and what it's built with. But if you want to hedge your bets, you can get one that's built well and with better materials. And that's what we're looking at here. There's good, there's better. That's what this is. This qualifies in that better category. I got a feeling my battery box is low on juice here. Yeah, we're about dead. My lights are about shot here. So unfortunately, I'm not going to get this thing as bright as I'd like. I'm going to go do a battery swap because this is a big, beautiful floor plan, and I want to do it justice. We'll be back in, well, I guess to you it'll be like that quick, so never mind. Bam! We got some power now, baby. Let's take a look at this thing. There are different decors available, just like there's different equipment options. Again, if you want to see the J-Flight we have at Haylett RV, visit our website, give our guys a call so we can verify that what we have in stock is the one you are looking for. This is a big, wide, spacious floor plan. In recent years, really mostly the last year, there's been a backwards version of this where they put the super slide and the kitchen slide on opposite sides of the trailer. That's pretty cool too. This is the more traditional version, and this actually keeps the RV a little bit shorter. When you flip things around, you got to kind of stretch the coach a bit. So this is a little more space efficient. She's already a big girl. They couldn't afford to make this sucker any larger. They both have good storage. They both have excellent space. I think what J-Flight has done with this one here, which no other brand has really done, is they've made this feel exceptionally open because of the extra tall ceiling. Remember how I mentioned outside they have a lower floor but not a taller exterior roof? The floor being lowered gives this 3 inches of extra interior height. That means that we have taller slide outs, taller cabinets, taller bunks, and a taller shower behind me that we'll see in a minute. If you're 6 foot plus, this is really a brand you should consider because it has the extra headroom you need to really comfortably get in and out of the shower without bonking your head on stuff. There's a lot to cover in here. I'm just going to have to pick an area and start going because we have a lot to cover. Skylight is an addition up here, and it does have a nice little sunshade, you know, so you don't feel like an ant under a magnifying glass. And you can see it just lets in this flood of ambient light. And especially with the really heavy light-dark contrast that we have going on here, it makes the thing really feel three-dimensional and extra large, as though the taller ceiling wasn't doing that. The taller slide-outs allow for a bigger refrigerator in the slide over here, which is nice. And now you see that beautiful stainless appliance bundle. You've got a 33% larger refrigerator. You've got the modern look and feel of, this is like, when houses are built today, this is a lot of the theme and decors that are going into it. And we've got a real tile backsplash back here, so you can actually clean it. It's not a wallpaper. And notice how there's a little bit of countertop space to the right of the stove. You know why? I shouldn't use my left hand to example this, but I've got my right hand on the camera. Most of us are right-handed. Most of us, when we're done stirring stuff, we organically set things to the right. Well, Jayco knows that. And folks who are left-handed, I am sorry, but life isn't fair to you, and you're probably used to that by now. Now, they have storage beside, they have storage below the oven. They didn't waste anything. Even a bonus little pocket up there for, like, spices and things like that. In the slide-out, they have a pantry. They didn't waste an ounce of space. You can convert that pantry to however configurations you need, and it's got a very nice, almost like very fifth wheel or at-home feeling little glass like frosted door there. I've got a little speck on the camera. It's driving me nuts. I'm sure you're not liking it either. Over here, this little corner hutch. This is like pots and pans and appliances central. It's the perfect little out-of-the-way place to have a toaster and stuff like that. And again, a real tile splash that you can clean. Now, because the RV's taller, they could throw shelves in these overhead cabinets to double your actual square foot of cabinet storage space. Cabinetry, pocket screwed, not stapled. basically likely to last longer than traditional cabinetry. We're not done with the kitchen though, because this island is a monster. So first of all, the island is physically very large, and that is nice. The extra space they had in the living room here allowed them to put this in here. We got a beautiful high-rise extension faucet here in a class that normally doesn't get both of those things. Now, they did something different this year, and I think it's kind of cool. It's very, I don't know, posh, very modern, kind of neat. We've got a fitted sink cover, so it doesn't really bounce around. But then we've got this cool little drying rack. Obviously, you're going to take the plastic off, but I wanted to leave it in the wrapper for you guys. But if you kind of fold this out of the way, you can see, other than the antifreeze Kool-Aid that you see here, people say, oh, someone spilled Kool-Aid in it all the time. You've got big sinks in this. You can actually do some cleaning. Now, we've got little LED accent lights all over in these J-Flights. Like the little kitchen accent light. This is the perfect nighttime runner light. If you need to sneak in and out of the fridge at night, or the kids are trying to get to the bathroom at night, you're there. That's easy. Both sides of this island have these little swing open hideaway pantries. You get one of these on both sides of it instead of one or the other, which I think is a really nice touch. I see these all over the place, but it's only usually on one side of the RV. Now down here, we have this big, vast, wide open space that is just begging you to put like a wastebasket in there. And notice here, right next to where the cook's going to be preparing stuff, we've got our triple drawer system here. Again, plywood constructed, not particle board. Just going to hold up longer and can handle heavier loads. Let's go ahead and talk about the Super Slide while we're right here. We've got a freestanding floating table. So this table can be folded down. You can take it outside, use it like a picnic table. You can fold it down and put it right here like a coffee table and not cut the trailer off. Notice that little LED accent light under the sofa. That's not light coming in from outside. That is a specifically placed, consciously placed LED there. Now we've got easy access doors to the Dinette Storage, and there's totes in there you can pull out to get to your storage. That can fold down into a little sleeper. This is a tri-fold. This can fold out into a big 2-adult sleeper. And if you're noticing a couple things real careful out of the corner of your eye, you're seeing all of the windows, including the slide side windows, open for ventilation. And Jayco has gone full trimmed on their windows. That is beautiful. That's something, again, I start to see in luxury fifth wheels. And here, we're getting it in a vastly more family class, affordable type coach. No crank, TV antenna, gets longer range, high definition reception. We've been selling this aftermarket for years. This Winegard antenna is just straight up awesome. It works great. Private bunkhouse here. We got a door we can close, and the kids can be contained on a rainy day, at night, whatever. And it's a very flexible, functional party room type space. You've got a 300-pound rated upper bunk with dual struts to make lifting and flipping it down simple and easy. Your Jayco bunk mats are 50% thicker minimum to 100% thicker than what you find industry standard out here. They are much thicker and heavier. The kids will sleep better. They won't be as grouchy, so you'll have a better day tomorrow. Down here, we've got a little Jackknife sleeper sofa. They went with this instead of that little cube futon thing for a couple reasons. This can still fold down into a sleeper. However, the really cool part here is now we are picking up storage underneath the sofa. And is there really anything that qualifies as too much storage? Every kid's going to get their own drawer in here. And I know you're doing a quick head count. You're going 1, 2, 3 drawers. 1, 2, 3, 4 sleepers. How are you telling me that every kid has their own drawer? Well, because we actually have 2 more big drawers over here. So every kid has at least 1 drawer, if not more. Or you can purpose them however you please. Now, if you provide the kids with rainy day entertainment stuff, you've got the perfect little wall situation set up here for like a flat screen mount or whatever. There are a lot of brands that have an outside kitchen and a rear bunkhouse like this. They sacrifice a bunk. This is still a true 4-quad bunk. And that's what makes this floor plan so flippin' awesome, is that you've got more sleeping space back here, more self-contained sleeping space without having to jockey a dinette and a sofa at night. So we've got the extra bunk here a lot of brands don't have, and that works as a perfect daytime lounge as well. Now up here above the outside kitchen, we've got a little bit wider, I call it 50% wider, like big kid bunk. And there's a little handle to help the kids get up and down. Near every sleeping space, there's power outlets so the kids can keep their stuff charged. Every kid has a light. That's another thing with J-Flights. They have more lights per square foot than any other brand in a conventionally built class. That's a big deal, guys. Lights and windows are very expensive. I already told you how they have slide side windows that open for ventilation, but now they have more lights. Those are literally, lights and windows are the two most expensive things in RV production. If you total up the full part and labor cost of lights and windows, they're the most expensive things in the business. So the fact that J-Flight gives you more should give you an indication as to why. Again, I can find you $1 cheaper camper. You're going to have to start giving things up. Looking at her the other way here. I don't know which way, sometimes I stand in it from the front and look back and say, wow, that looks good. I stand in it from the back and look forward and I think that looks cool. But where I think this version of this floor plan, because other guys have similar floor plans for sure, but why has this one become so popular? I think it's because the entertainment system doesn't suck. And what I mean by that is usually a lot of these bunkhouse models, when you're sitting in your primary seating, your slide out, you have to hard crank your head 90 degrees to see any entertainment. And that ain't fun. Here in the Jayco, that's not the case. Now, it will include a big HD TV. We simply have those stored for you. We have them shipped loose from Jayco, so you're the first ones to touch them, other than our techs when they quality check them, which we do that before it leaves here. That's another thing. You got to research the dealership before you pull the trigger, because you're buying the dealership as much as the RV. We've got full service centers. We quality check our stuff 2 to 3 times before you touch it. A lot of places can't do that. Don't do that. Won't do that. So the TV isn't just easy to view, it's extremely easy to view because it can fold out and face exactly where you are. I don't care if you're in the kitchen, if you're in the dinette, you're in the sofa. We've also got all-in-one AM, FM, CD, DVD, Bluetooth player down here. Not uncommon, but the addition of a fireplace is an area where this does start to separate itself. There's some glamping features. You know, there's camping, RVing, glamping. This is this is the glamping level of a conventionally built camper. If you're looking for the family class camper with literally all of the things, that's what we're looking at. Shoe garage right by the door. Coat hangers right by the door. All of your bells and whistles and switches up high where the kids can't get them. Say it with me. Right by the door. So it's convenient and easy to access. Doesn't that make sense? You know? 18 gallon per hour water heater. You can flip on gas and electric simultaneously in this baby to get you maximum recharge per hour. And the bathroom is right next to mom and dad up front. So if you need to do quick potty trips at night, mom and dad, you are all set. We've got plenty of leg room in here for the toilet, plenty of room to stand and get dressed. That is not a small sink. That is a huge bathroom counter. I mean, you can get hands in here. We've also got a very large medicine cabinet, and as we look up, you see this little bitty nightlight. Now, during the daytime, these little LEDs aren't impressive, but at night, when it starts shining against this white ceiling, against this frosted shower glass, this whole room will glow enough for you to get in and out, do your business, and not flip on lights, and not have to squint and flinch, and etc. This is also the wider, larger radius shower, and again, taller RV means taller shower. Guys like me, 6'3", I can stand in here without my head in the bubble. I can stand still within the ceiling level of the trailer without hitting my head. Up front here, private front bedroom. We still have full overhead cabinets. They didn't chintz and go to shelves. You can save another $1 doing that. We've got a Simmons mattress up front. That's a residential grade mattress that you have in here. Is it a $3,000 Sleep Number mattress? No, of course not. Those are available, though. They are making traveler-friendly RV sizes in Sleep Numbers, by the way. But this is still the best in-class bedding provided by any manufacturer. We've also got an amazing linen set. Like, this is, I could throw that in my house and I could feel good about it. And the color contrast is beautiful in here. Large side stands with outlets, runs your CPAPs, charges your phones. We are all set to throw a TV up here if we want. We do have central air and heat ducts in here. We have more lights than industry standard in here. We've got a lot of things in this RV not usually found. So, what are you waiting for? Give us a call. 800-256-5196. We're Haylett RV. We're in Coldwater, Michigan. We only do everything from hitching to pieces to parts to financing and trades. We put real prices out there, guys. We don't charge extra hidden fees on top of our stuff. If you're looking for a simpler, easier, more transparent, more comfortable sales process, please give our team a call. We are a family-owned and operated place. I'm one of the owner's sons. My brother's our service manager. My dad runs the place. He's in the office every day. We are here to serve you and your family. We are not a big chain store. We're a one location outfit, and we are, despite that, a top 5 dealer in a state overrun with corporate RV sales chains. We got to be doing something right. Give us a chance, and I think you'll find out why. Short of that, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.